immediate thoughts on this new TV show that Fox put out. I'm not sure what it's called. Gotham, I think.
Yeah, not a big deal. You wouldn't think.
No, it's amazing.
It's fantastic, actually.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I was at my buddy Anthony's house the night it premiered, and we downloaded it, and I said, let's watch it, and we watched it, and my immediate reaction was, first things first, it had a dark, old-school, Keaton-esque Burton feel.
Yeah.
Even in the title, and the way to the title in it. Well, okay, let me take that back. The title, when it says Gotham, instantly reminded me of Arrow. I was like, you're doing the same thing where you fade between the letters. Stop it. Do something different. But like when the cast was being, announced on the bottom of who's in the show, I was like, those letters are definitely from '89 Batman for sure.
It's pretty much channeling.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Feel. In fact, the way they portray the Penguin almost feels like a build to the Danny DeVito Penguin.
Could be, yeah.
Not necessarily, but I mean, it just feels like he's in that route.
Yeah. So Brandon, when did you get to watch it today?
I got to watch it. Yeah, I guess it was today. Really, really early this morning when I got off of work. It was on my DVR for a while.
So, well, I mean, that means it's freshest in your mind.
Yes. I just watched it this morning, and I got to say that the first thing that I noticed, same with you. It had that grit, but it was a new age grit, and I got to ask because I don't recall it saying what's the time frame because they had flip phones.
I would say, I think me and Wes were talking about this before we came on air. I want to say it's modern.
It's either modern or very close to modern.
Like within 10 years, I'd say.
I would have to say, I was thinking maybe mid-2000s because they had like flip phones.
I say till we see someone pull out a smartphone, I'm going to say it's just before modern times.
Yeah, and they also had like older models of cars too.
Yeah, slightly older. Yeah. It's got that feel.
I'm looking it up now.
But Gotham's not a rich city either, so...
No, it's not.
Could also be that they're just portraying it as slightly behind the times.
Yeah.
I really did like what they did, and I kind of felt like they were trying to cram a lot into it for its pilot, but then again, they were trying to let the audience, what exactly they're going to be doing and where they're going to be going with it, because they had a lot of cameos.
A lot, yeah, but the thing is, the way they put them in... Though it was obviously, introducing the character for the series, they left it as such little things. Like Poison Ivy just so happened to be in that apartment. Apparently, Nigma is actually a CSI.
Yeah, I noticed that too. That was
I'm
weird.
really interested in that. But they're just kind of putting little spins and just kind of introducing them passively. Obviously, if you know they're there and you know who they are.
So nowhere does it say the time frame of when this came out, but while scrolling, and I kind of already had a rough idea of this, but apparently the rating was an 8.2.
Really?
8.21 million people watched Gotham. That's
pretty solid.
And what day was this on?
Your birthday, actually. Hey, by the way, Journey into Comics podcast listeners, Monday, the 22nd of September, was Brando's birthday, so happy birthday, Brando.
Well, thank you so much.
And 8.21 people decided to watch Gotham instead of wish you happy birthday.
You know what? The thing is, though, if you think about that, that went up against Monday Night Football.
Yeah, which is really impressive numbers given that.
Yeah, no, because the Bears were playing, and the Bears won, but it was a boring game, nothing special. If it wasn't like a prime time, two teams going at it that were fighting to get into the Super Bowl or anything like that. This was just a boring Monday Night Football game, Week 3 of the NFL. So it's still really super impressive that it hit 8.21, but you could almost say that it went up against Raw, and it'd be more impressive.
Yeah, Raw does pull nice numbers.
Did pull nice numbers, but we won't get into that. So anyways, the character development so far seems cool in this show.
Jim is really solid.
I honestly going to go out on a limb and say that I think Harvey is partly a part of Falcone's team.
Well, it's somewhat obvious, but I look at him as the character he's always been.
Mm-hmm.
A dirty cop that honestly is still trying to do good.
Yeah, but...
He's not a good guy, per se, but he still tries it on for size, so to speak.
Yeah. I guess
The actor that's playing Bullock, he's been in a lot of other stuff. Of course, he was in Grounded for Life.
Yeah.
And he was also in what was that movie with Mel Gibson? The Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
He
He's
was in
done
that.
a few things.
And I've always enjoyed him as an actor. I thought he was really good.
And I think he plays the character really well.
I thought so too. I thought he did fantastic.
He brings
as Bullock.
that nonchalance to the minutia of the law.
Mm-hmm.
Alongside,
such a good word, minutia.
it's a good one.
That's a word that has not been said on this podcast yet.
Cool. Building your dictionary, word by word.
He was also in Ghost Rider, apparently.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was the best friend.
Yep, in 2007. He was in Max Payne. He's been in Sons of Anarchy.
He was in Vikings, I think, most recently.
He
too.
was in Vikings.
Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, yeah, that's fun.
You said The Patriot. Heard that happens. Let's see. Trying to think of some other good ones. He was in Jerry Maguire.
Show him the money.
I thought this said he was in The Crow, and I was like, oh, that's weird. But it's The Crew, and I just can't read.
So you can't speak, you can't read.
I think there's bigger problems on the horizon than I realize. Ugh. Senile at 27. Wow.
Impressive.
Yeah.
At least you don't have dementia like Malcolm Young.
Oh, true. What? Who's Malcolm Young? I'm kidding.
Excuse me?
I'm kidding. I was playing off of who am I talking to right now? I don't even. Why am I here?
Mm-hmm.
What am I sitting?
To continue on with Gotham for a second, I had a thought of I really liked how what's his name now the Falcone. There it is.
Yes.
I really like how he is like, he's still Falcone, but he's presented in a different way, not just the typical gangster boss. He is in charge of the city, and he's willing to let you know it.
Yeah, he's like as much of a important part to this city as the city government itself. The cops,
Mm-hmm.
that he supports the city as much as they do, is how they're portraying it, which is interesting to me.
I'm really excited to see where exactly they go with that, because he is a weird sort of villain ally type of thing.
Yeah, it's interesting to see him spin him that way, because he's always been this prime gangster kind of character that is. It's important to the origin of Batman, of course, but it's always that he's just random villainous.
And I like how
works with people.
I like how with that, it's not necessarily good or bad. It's like more shades of gray with him.
Yes.
Absolutely. One thing I noticed about Gotham that kind of made me excited was how little we saw Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, they really did emphasize that that's just not where they're going.
No, not at all. It's not. His character build isn't ready yet.
No.
Interesting fun fact for any of the people that are Doctor Who fans. The third Doctor, John Pertwee's son, is Sean Pertwee, who plays
Alfred.
Absolutely. So it's kind of cool to see him on screen, and
he plays a cool Alfred. It looks like he's going very military-esque. He's more likely to hit you than talk you down if you confront his kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
He's a tough one, and I like that in Alfred. Actually,
He's not the
tough
Michael
and wise.
Yeah, because Michael Caine was a different breed of Alfred.
Yeah, he was the most. I don't want to say caring. That sounds wrong because they always care. But he's the most sappy. I don't
Okay,
know.
sappy is a good word.
But I'm trying to use it
Fatherly.
in a good way.
Fatherly. Perfect.
Of the Alfreds.
Yeah, absolutely. So Gotham, the one thing that I really loved was the dock scene towards the very end.
Oh, absolutely.
With the Penguin and Gordon.
It really shows him off.
And Gordon just says, don't ever come back to Gotham. And I think those words are so prophetic because he's going to come back to Gotham, and it's going to be so awesome when he does.
I like how he was not willing to sacrifice who he is.
Yeah. Just because he's trying to fit in. He's not going to sacrifice his morals because this city has none.
Exactly. One thing I thought was a little bit different is right away, Penguin is a murderer.
Oh, absolutely.
He just slices dude's throat.
He is a gleeful murderer.
Just like whatever. Let me eat this sandwich.
Yeah,
nom nom. I love my sandwiches.
Psychotically beating that guy.
Oh yeah.
In the alley. Oh, he loved it.
Yeah, he was definitely into it.
Penguin likes his violence.
And I cannot wait to see more of the Riddler.
Mm-hmm. I'm intrigued. They portrayed him well, and I want to know where they're going to take him.
For sure. So we're on the topic of television shows.
Well, actually, I have one more thing. I
like it.
About Gotham.
I like it.
Move on. Now, the scene with the stand-up comedian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fish Mooney's Club. Who
Joker.
else here thinks that might be Joker?
Could be. I think it'd
Obviously, they're trying to lead us on, regardless of whether it is or not.
trying to maybe throw a swerve.
In fact, I think I've heard that they said something about trying to do that throughout the course of the show. Who's Joker going to be? But in the Killing Joke, Alan Moore's legendary, if you ask me, origin story on the Joker.
Agreed.
He was a failed stand-up comedian, and I really liked the idea. They didn't even say his name. Nothing. He was just the stand-up comedian embarrassed as she beats a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that. I was afraid for a second that they were going to go back to the '89 Batman film when they didn't show the face of the Wayne family's killer, and how even after he got the pearls and the money, he just shot them anyway, almost like he shot them for laughs.
Yeah.
For his own amusement. And I was like, man, I kind of hope they don't do that, because that's already kind of we've already gone down that road, and I don't think that they don't need that. They can introduce him in a different way, and I
agree completely.
I actually like the way that of the Killing Joke. I like that a lot.
It's my favorite story with Batman, probably.
And then I guess we're just all about Gotham to start, which is good. But I thought of another factor. I thought it was interesting how Falcone was just, we set this guy up because the city needed someone to take the fall, but it was just some random lowlife.
Yeah, rather than let the Waynes be dead and, no killer found, fall guy in order to keep the peace.
Exactly. And I thought that was interesting. It showed
like another good gray area spin on Falcone and the city.
Exactly.